Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. In the last episode, we got done with those godforsaken roaming legendaries. I don't ever want to have to deal with them ever again. Ah, who am I fucking kidding? We're still gonna do that in later Pokemon Let's Plays, so I mean, it's way too early for me to even say that right now, but... Anyway, now that's out of the way, in this episode, we are going to do some more legendary hunting. This time, we're going to go explore those previously unexplored dungeons, where they are supposed to dwell in. To start with, we're going to go over to the Whirl Islands. We've actually went past the Whirl Islands on our way to Cianwood City, but we never actually went inside of those, even though we have the Whirlpool HM, and I did say I was going to wait till later for a certain episode. Well, I figured now it's time we go and get into that right now, because since we're already in the middle of catching legendaries anyway, because, since it's actually one of those areas that in Johto that we've previously unexplored, because, we want to get those first. So basically what the Whirl Islands is, it consists of 4 islands, and they have like 4 caves, so it's actually a little, it may not be what it seems though, where it's surprisingly a little smaller than what it seems to be. But at the same time, it's also a bit of pain in the ass as well, considering that you're trying to figure out like which cave to go to if you're looking for the legendary. And the legendary we're gonna go after is called Lugia. We've seen like I think we've read about some bits and pieces about Lugia itself and where it dwells. And so this is where the Whirl Islands come into play. Now, one of the most pain in the ass things about the Whirl Islands is that you actually need a lot of HMs. So yeah, it's Gen 4 before Gen 4. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna need to drink my water here because my voice is being hoarse and my mouth is also very dry. So. Yeah, one of those things I absolutely hate about having to do these, like whenever my mouth gets so dry and I'm about to do these episodes that my words start to slur a lot, and then the episode gets, turns to shit because of it, or my commentary turns to shit at the very least, so... Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what the Whirl Islands entails, that, like I say, you need a lot of HMs. You need a Whirlpool, obviously, because, they're blocked by Whirlpools. You also need Surf, Waterfall, and Flash, and also Strength, because all the caves here are dark, and so therefore you need the Flash HM, which also sucks because I've hated for the fact that Flash is an HM, which surprisingly for Gen 4, like in the Sinnoh games, that are very notorious for the amount of HMs it has. Surprisingly, they actually got rid of Flash as an HM, which I will say I'm at the very least grateful, because, thank God they finally got rid of that. But still. We're nowadays, Flash is now a TM. Even in Heart Gold and Silver, they still have Flash as TM and no longer as the HM, which, I'm actually real thankful for, at the very least. And so yeah. I guess I'll just roll into that kind of a rant right there, but yeah, before I was saying about like why I need the strength HMs, because there's at least one boulder you can push, although not that I was ever gonna use to begin with anyway. So basically, what I'll say right now is that in order to get to Lugia, Lugia is actually found in the northeastern island. And you have to go to the very northeastern side, so that where you can actually, in that cave itself, is that where you're gonna be able to reach Lugia. But since I'm doing a Let's Play, then I'm gonna have to just go all over the place and or basically just explore the island just for the sake of getting some items, because since I'm a bit of a kleptomaniac anyway, then I'm gonna have to get all these items here. So I figured just might as well, just for the sake of this Let's Play, then I'm gonna have to explore the entirety of the Whirl Islands. But if you want to get this right then and there, then you just go to the northeastern island. But I think the southwestern island is where you can actually find some items. But I went for the northeastern one because in the lower level, then you can actually just hop off the ledges. But you really but since there's like those couple ledges in that one room, and then you can only take each one, then they can only get to that one area to get those items, because unfortunately you can't really backtrack to any of those, because fuck having to climb those ledges, because apparently that's not a thing. I mean, it could be very easy to climb ledges, and it's like, oh, climb ledges, too bad, can't do that here in Pokemon. That is until Scarlet and Violet, where basically just says fuck you to all that kind of Pokemon logic, and it should work that way. So, so basically, Scarlet and Violet's going like, yeah, all a bunch of pussies. Yay for climb ledges. Which is, I mean, you know, justified for the fact that, you know, it's open-ended, but still, it's, you know, one of those things where, like, you know, just decides to break all of the Pokemon logic there, which shouldn't have been a thing to begin with. Anyways, just take another drink of my water here. Yeah, at least I'm telling you guys ahead of time that, you know, since my mouth is dry, then, be prepared for a very sucky commentary, because, you know, if my mouth is dry and I'm actually slurring my words, then I can never trust myself to actually have very good commentary. But I know a lot of guys think otherwise, you know, for my loyal subscribers that still give these videos a lot of praise, which I really do appreciate, you know, because, you know, I love you guys. So, but yeah, you want to check to make sure for, like, each and every one of those areas, like, especially if you see those little plain tiles, like, if you see those little alcoves, and you see that this empty tile set, you want to make sure to examine it, you know, for all intents and purposes, because, you know, you never know, there could be a hidden item in there. I will say this, though, I actually did get super lost in the Whirl Islands, and, you know, I know that the Whirl Islands isn't as big as you think it would be, but it's also very complex at the same time. So at the very least, it's it can also be very much of a pain in the ass. So because of that, I actually did get lost in Whirl Islands, and I ended up recording way more minutes, or just spending so much time in Whirl Islands because of how lost I was, and I was trying to figure out my way through, and I was going like, where the hell am I supposed to go? So yeah, that's the reason why, like, you know, the recording session took a lot longer than it intended, so I had to do so much editing to actually get to where I was supposed to go. I think I actually did come out from the northeastern side, so what I did was I actually edited to any kind of one of the random islands that I exited out of. So if so those of you who are actually using this video as a guide, well, actually, for one thing, I hope you're not using this as a guide, because God forbid you just end up getting lost because of me, and then you might start coming after me with those torches and pitchforks. Well, you know, I do very much apologize, but, you know, you guys are the ones who wanted to use this as a guide, so don't blame all this on me. Anyway, so yeah, we're back in this kind of room here. So yeah, the lower section was where you would fully explore the islands to get the items, but the upper section is actually where you want to go if you want to get to Lugia. So yeah, this is actually how you just go and just make your way over there. But we're actually getting pretty close here, so I was able to find my way through because I actually realized, oh wait, it's actually this section over there that I was supposed to go to. So we'll just go all the way down there. So yeah, like I said, I think you actually do need waterfall to get there, but you can actually just swim down without waterfall. But either way, you're probably gonna want to anyway. So anyway, this should be the chamber, and there you are, right there. Now you want to make sure to save before you if you're actually intending to catch the legendary Pokemon, then you want to make sure that you save before you battle it, so that way they can actually you know, in case you want to get some chances. So anyway, here we go. And ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the version mascot for Pokemon Silver version, Lugia. And so Lugia, for one thing, Lugia is actually, to talk about its stats itself, it's actually the best for special defense, and it's actually it's also very good on the defensive side. And Lugia here is level 60, and it has moves. If I can look it up here, Lugia and Crystal has moves Gust, Recover, Hydro Pump, and Rain Dance. Now, for some reason, Lugia doesn't have its signature move, which is Aeroblast. Aeroblast is it's very similar to Hyper Beam, but you know it's actually very cool, or very much cool like that. It's a flying type attack, and Lugia is also a psychic and flying type. So you want to make sure to just get the right Pokemon for it if you want to, if you want to be able to catch this one, then just try to be careful at the same time. Oh, and by the way, folks, for what you're listening to right now, it's actually a Lugia's theme from or Lugia's battle theme from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Lugia and Ho are actually given their own battle themes, which I actually really love they do. Because in the original Gen 2, they just gave them the regular wild Pokemon themes, and even in Crystal, where they gave the legendary beasts their themes, but Lugia and Ho still had the very same wild Pokemon theme. So I figured I'd just go ahead and just use the their themes, like in this case, Lugia's theme, because one thing, it sounds so badass. I love it so much. Like Lugia's theme and Heart Gold Soul Silver, you know, it's so cool sounding. Like you know, it's menacing. It's also like, you know, pretty intimidating and also very badass at the same time for Lugia, or for Lugia itself. I love this theme so much, and you know, I really do love how Heart Gold and Silver actually gave Lugia and Ho their own themes, and they sound so cool at the same time. But Ho's theme I especially love, which we'll actually get to. And I'm actually speeding this up here because it does take a long time for me to try to catch Lugia at this point here, and mainly because this fucker keeps on using Recover. So yeah, if you're catching Lugia, one thing you wanna watch out for is Recover. So if you have a Pokemon that knows Hypnosis like Nightshade does, for God's sakes, use Hypnosis, because you know, Lugia will try to spam Recover like constantly, and that gets so obnoxious because of it. So make sure you use Hypnosis, especially if you want to catch it, because it'll get back to the green when you use Recover, and that actually it just lowers the catch rate for it. So you want to make sure to weaken it enough and just use as many Ultra Balls as possible. In fact, make sure you stock up as many Ultra Balls as you ever could. I know 20 is probably not enough, but I was kind of short on the Poké Dollars at the same time. But make sure you stock up on those because they will always try to release or just break free from the Ultra Balls, and it can take a long time for that. So yeah. Let's see, what else was I trying to say? Oh yeah, yeah, I remember what I was trying to say. So Lugia and Ho and Crystal, they are both level 60. Now here's catch. In Gold and Silver, Lugia and Ho can actually be caught in both versions. It's actually a kind of a first for the Pokemon games, because usually the legendaries of opposite or the opposite legendary mascots. We're here to call Lugia. So Lugia, the diving Pokemon, has an incredible ability to calm raging storms. Next page. It is said that Lugia appears when storm starts. So yeah, now we call Lugia. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, one surprising thing is that usually in especially in later Pokemon games, the legendary mascot that's opposite from the Silver version can never be caught. Not the case in Gold and Silver, because both Lugia and Ho can actually be caught in both versions. But here's the thing, though. In Gold version, whereas Ho is a check real quick. Ho would be level 40. Lugia would be level 70 in Gold version, which you know, you'd be able to catch that. But yeah, let's say in Gold version, yeah, Lugia or Ho would be 40, but Lugia would be 70. But then the opposite would be true for Silver, where Lugia is 40 and then 70 Ho. If you want to catch Lugia in Gold version, in Pewter City, the old man will give you the Silver Wing, and then that way there you'll be able to get to the Whirl Islands, and you get to Lugia. In Silver version, then the old man in Pewter City will give you the Rainbow Wing. So there you go. And also, they also made Lugia more plot relevant in Heart Gold Silver or Soul Silver, but we're about to end of the video anyway, because you know, that'll be more to talk about. So next time, let's play Pokemon Crystal. We are going to head over to the 10 Tower and catch Ho-Oh. So I will see you guys next time.